Yo, welcome back to the Corde Snell show. Dig's a little different this time. We're in a different studio, but we always going to get it started the same way because, I'm the guy doing this whole thing. And then I got my homie Jared. What's up, Jared?
Hey, shout out to B Leaf Studios. Thanks for letting us record here.
Hell yeah. What's up, Noah?
Hi, Corde.
How are you doing, Noah?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you high?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't expecting it, and I didn't ask before we started it, so that's why I was just trying to figure out what was going on real quick. So, yeah, it's all right. You can be high on this podcast. Who gives a fuck? As long as you're not doing this or doing something like this, whatever. Because I remember it was one podcast, I think I mentioned it before, I was distracted the whole fucking time, and I'm just like looking at them, and then it's kind of like you at the gym, and then a chick with a nice ass is right here, and you like, I will not give her the satisfaction of looking to my right. I'm just gonna act like I don't even see it. I will stare at this dude's dick and not look. It's kind of gay, but whatever. No Diddy.
What's worse, looking like a creep or looking gay?
Hey, in that situation, I talked about it. In that case, looking gay, because you will see me, right, and they'll be like, "That dude's not gay. He's just looking away." Because I hate that, yo. I literally hate that. Because sometimes chicks will be at the gym wearing barely anything and expecting you not to stare, right? So this actually happened to me yesterday because it was a chick in like these short booty shorts. It was coming like right after the cusp of her ass, and I'm like, I will not give her the satisfaction of looking at her ass. But then every time she would walk away, because she had a cute friend who was a little bigger than her, but she was thick and she had like a cuter face and some titties. So I was like, I'm definitely looking at this, all right? Because I remember every time the chick with the ass walk away, I would just stare at her a little bit. And I wanted the conversation to happen like, why you keep staring at my friend? I'm like, I'm not staring at your friend. Like, you are staring at her. I'm like, who? Like, the one with the nice ass. I'm like, that wasn't what I was staring at. I was staring at you the whole time. And I made sure that every time she walked away, you would know that I was looking at you. Because you'd be like, why are you looking at me? I'm like, because I find you way more attractive than her.
Did it work?
Nah, but that's how I play it out of my head, though. And this is why I do jokes, y'all. This is why I do jokes. Like, sometimes the shit you come up in your head, because that seem real, right? I'm gonna start writing stories, because that seemed real. Pivot. Hey, anybody got catfish before? Any ever got catfish?
Yeah, like they were not as beautiful as they look like in their pictures.
Okay. What about you, Noah?
Yeah, I've been on Snapchat since I was 13.
So what, last week?
Oh my God, dude. Snapchat since I was 13. And what, you're like 16, so that was 3 years ago. Cool. Now I know it's 19. I always just love to just de-age them every episode. So I remember I was on this was Plenty of Fish back in the day, right? And I was meeting up with this chick. Now, I'm a guy who likes big girls, right? Just be your true self. I'll date you if you cute. I don't care. I'll date you, right? But this particular big girl didn't want to show me exactly what she looked like. It literally looked like she was hiding, because she had a cute picture where it looked like her ass was poking out, and she was like in like the door. Like, so it was like she took the picture like this, ass poking out, right? And then the door was hiding her stomach. And I was just like, yo, this is fucked up. Because when I met up with her, I'll say it. We was in Emeryville, right? And I remember I called her, and she was just like, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm here. I was like, where? I don't see you. And I was like, get out. She's like, I'm not going to get out. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what you mean? Get out your car. I can't see you. So I know you get out. And walk to the middle of the street. And I was like, middle of the street? What the fuck? Like, walk to the middle of the street? She's like, yeah. So I don't see you. And I was like, she's like, keep walking. Keep walking towards the middle of the street. And I'm just like, yo, what is going on? Like, in Emeryville parking lot. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? She's like, I don't see you. And I was like, yo, you tell me to walk in the middle of the street one more time, I'm gonna fucking leave, because I feel like I'm being set up right now, right? And it's like, oh, okay, I see you, right? I see you, y'all. She got out the car. She had parked near the Burger King. She got out the car, started walking towards me. You know how you see a person from like a far distance, right? And like, oh, they kind of look like just short or whatever. But as they get closer, they're gonna get taller or something like that. And like, I was like, oh, she's a little round, but like when they get in person, like it'll start to fill out. This is my eyes playing a trick on me. No, when she just kept walking towards me, and it stayed the exact same height. And then it seemed like she got more rounder the closer she got to me. And I'm mad because I'm a dude who likes big girls, right? So if you show me how big he was initially up front, I know what I would be expecting. But then in my mind, I'm just like, girl, what is this? Like, what is this right here, right? And I was mad too. I was mad too because like she had like a wobble, like she was like walking like this towards me and stuff like that, and then she had like a double chin, so it was like this double like wobble with stuff like that, and I'm mad, yo, I'm mad because I didn't know how short she was. Also, I didn't know she had a wobble. You know, because that's a no for me. I'm sorry. I can't date somebody with a wobble because I immediately start thinking Penguin from Batman Returns. And I was just like, I can't do this, y'all. And then I was just mad. I'm like, yo, this girl just set me up. Like, she could have shown me how big she actually was. It would have up to me to make the decision like, yo, like, I'm this big, you like it or not. And then I would have made the decision. Because sometimes this is what I hate too, right? I hate that sometimes there be big girls on dating apps, but they don't even look that big. They be like thick, like curvy and stuff. Like I remember this used to happen at Santa Barbara all the time. I would see a chick who I thought was thick, who was very curvy, right? But in Santa Barbara, the chicks usually get hit on the most are very like small, very petite beach bodies, right? So I would see several girls on there who had amazing thick bodies. Like if you was in the Bay or if you just dated black dudes, they would love you immediately. They purposely made themselves look way smaller to appeal to the demographic out there. But this wasn't the situation at Emeryville. This chick was way big, right? And then it kind of got worse as the date went along, right? We was going to the Elephant Bar, we walked over, and I'm a fast walker, right? So I'm just walking like my normal speed. And she's like, like, why are you walking so fast? I was like, girl, this is how I walk, right? And then it was kind of weird because she was getting out of breath and we just started walking, and I'm just kind of like, yo, what is this? Like, what is this? But you know, like, I'm gonna be a good sport. I'm a roll with it. Maybe she a good person. Maybe she cool. Yo, she was terrible. She was toxic. She was talking about everybody that she saw. She was like, why are you walking so damn fast? And I was like, oh, I just keep like, I move fast in life. I like keep it fast paced. She's like, why the hell would you do that? That's stupid as hell. And I'm like, girl, what? She's like, yeah, I like to take my time. And I'm just like, is that really an option? But like, no, and then it got bad because this what happened. I remember we went to the Elephant Bar, a spot that I liked. They had good food and dinner and shit like that. So I'm just like, all right, had food coupons on me too. That was the thing too. I was like, yo, a date normally costs $75-$80. I was probably get it for the jug on the 35 with a few little drinks and stuff like that. It was cool. I had the hookup. So we go there. And then like they was like, do you want to have a booth or do you want to have like a little table? I like booths. I got the comfortability of it, like sitting up high and stuff like that. I like to look over people. Like I could like look around, but just be aware, right? And she's like, oh, we should sit at the table. I was like, no, what's up with the booth right there? And y'all, this is when I had to call it quits. Like she, like I get in the booth, like no problem. And I was like, oh, this is a little tight. And then she had to like kind of, cause she was short and it was a little taller. So she had to like, kind of like backed up. And then she like ran and jumped. That's not the worst part. She like ran and jumped and it got stuck all at the same time. It was super weird. Okay. And then she's like, and I was like, yeah, we are not doing this date with Danny DeVito today. We about to. I'm gonna end this right now, yo. I'm gonna end this right now. And it was bad. And literally, you know what my excuse was? So I'm still like I'm still a nice dude. Like I know this sounds trash right now in the moment, but after that, I was like, hey, I gotta take a phone call. I gotta take this phone call real quick, right? So I literally walked outside and I just looked inside and I was just like, man, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Fuck all this. She catfished me. She should. So I don't feel like paying. I'm gonna just leave her, right? I ain't doing this. But then I was like, how terrible would that be of me? Is she there waiting for me, expecting me to come back, and I just leave, and she just sit there for hours and hours and hours. And then I was like, how lonely would that be, and how fucked up would that be, and how much karma would come back to me if I did that? So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, make up an excuse then. Because I was like, I'm not going to have her waiting there for hours expecting me to come back. So I told her that my friend was about to kill himself.
Oh my God.
I just went for the extreme. I'm sorry. And I was just like, okay, so I was like, yo, I gotta go. My best friend said he gonna kill himself. Like, I gotta go. I gotta be here for him. I don't know why this is the first thing that came to my mind. I couldn't think of anything. All right, you know, everybody has a homie who calls you and be like, let's get out of like the escape plan. Like, oh my God, what you mean? Like, I left the oven on. Nah, I didn't think of that. I thought of the worst possible thing. Right, I thought of the worst possible thing. I told him that. And then she was like, okay, cool. So I'm trying to rush back to my car. And then on the way, this is how I know this would never have lasted, even if like she showed me how big she was before, right? Because I'm like trying to rush back. And then at this point too, I'm buying into the lie too, right? So I'm like, I gotta hurry up and get back. So she's walking with me and I'm already walking fast, but now I'm trying to walk extra fast because, I gotta sell it. My homie about to off himself, right? And so she just like, slow down. Why are you walking so fast? I was like, girl, didn't I tell you? Like, what? I gotta go, girl. I gotta go. She's like, you just slow down. Like, this is crazy. You just walking so damn fast, right? And then, so we go back to our cars. We go our separate ways. I hug her. We dip, right? I go. Funny thing about it, I went to open mic after this. And it's like, and just like hung out at the open mic. There's a Corde, how was your night? I was like, bad as hell, right? It was like, what happened? I was like, oh, just bad date. It was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I was like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And then it was funny because like I'm texting her later. She's texting me. She's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, it's cool. Like I'm here with him and we're surrounded by family. He just needs to be around his loved ones, stuff like that, right? It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I was like, yeah, I appreciate it. Sorry that happened. She's like, nah, it's cool. It's just like, I kind of wish she was talking to me more tonight. Like, you really ain't like hit me back or text me back. I was like, girl, didn't I tell you my friend was about to kill himself? And you really want me to text you more when I told her I had to be here for him? So I started getting mad because the lie, like, she not even believing this lie that I came up with. So I'm like what happened in case it was a real emergency and this happened? She would just be complaining like, yo, why you not text me back? Like, why you like, oh, like, let's say my dog, like, never mind, I don't even want to put that on my dog. All right, like, but as I say, like, something happened, right? Accident or something like that. Like, I can just imagine getting an accident of some kind. And she was like, dang, like, why you not responding to me that much? I was like, because I'm in the ambulance. He was like, okay, like, which ambulance? Like, where you at? Like, I want to know the updates. And I was like, yo, this chick is toxic and trash. It was just bad all around. So, yeah, that was one of my catfishing stories. So, yeah, that is, like, ladies, real talk. As a dude who likes big girls, just show me what you truly look like. Don't try to hide what you really look like. Don't do the angles where you try to hide the double chin. Show it. Because honestly, if a dude knows what you actually look like, a lot of dudes is into big girls. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You don't have to showcase and like kind of like, oh, okay, I look cool right here, or do the things where chicks like have like their boobs look hella big. Like, yo, let us love you for you. Like, it's me and several of my homies share big, beautiful women on Instagram all the time. All right. We be comparing like, okay, you like this chick, like about this chick, like stuff like that. Like, dudes are into big girls. Like, I don't know. If you ever go out, you see a dude with big girls. Matter of fact, every chick I see on my 600-pound life is married or got a dude or got a fiance. All right. So this proves that dudes are into big girls. All right. Every dude on my 600-pound life live with his mom. So for us, it's hard out here, okay? But for women, yo, you like, how many, okay, real quick. Have you guys seen my 600-pound life? Have you all seen that?
I've seen a couple episodes,
okay.
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes.
Okay, have you seen the ones that like women are on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they married?
They're usually doing better than boys, for
They're
sure.
usually doing way better, right? Like, I've seen one where was like a chick was married, had 3 or 4 kids, or just had a kid, and I'm just like you're at 600 pounds, and it was like, oh, I just had a kid 4 months ago, but I put on 60 pounds since, and I was like, well, you were still in the 500s, like, kind of like a thing, but it shows like dudes out here still smashing big girls, like it shows. So I'm like ladies, just
holy shit.
show, yeah. No, it ain't to the BBWs or that's the SSBBWs. I don't know. It's a category for it. I don't know. It's whatever. But yeah, just show what you really look like, because some of us really like big girls anyway. So just no secrets when we meet you in person. Y'all want to? It was another time I thought I almost got set up too. I was on a show in Oakland, and it was a low turnout. And I told this chick to come through. She didn't hit me if she was coming through or whatever. And I was just like, I was like, come through, yeah, shit. I might bring a friend with me. I was like, cool, that'd be cool, shit like that, right? So I had the show. There's nobody at the show. Nobody. Nobody at the show. It's me and 4 comics, and it was like, hey, Corde, I think we're going to turn this into a mic. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, and in my head, I was like, y'all could turn it into a mic. I'm about to fucking dip. All right. And I think I had to go to the bathroom or something like that. But someone said, get up and walk out now, right? As I'm getting up to leave, the chick I invited to the show walks in with her homegirl, right? So I was like, fuck, well, now I can't leave. And he was like, hey, we're here for the show. And it was like, where is everybody? Did it start? Is it over already? And I was like, no, it's about to start. They was like, well, where should we sit? And then I'm just like, fuck, now I got to stay for this damn show. There's nobody there. 6, 7 comics, right? And then I was supposed to go second. I was supposed to go second. Because I brought the people to this show, I went up last. And I was just like, this is bullshit. And they was like, well, Corde, we want you to go last because if you go, they might leave. I was like, yeah, because I'm trying to fucking leave. All right. Like, I've never
My
done a
friend's
show.
gonna kill himself. I have to go.
Yeah.
I can't go last. I have to go second.
Exactly. Right. Y'all never gonna let me lay that down.
That's gonna be my excuse for everything now. I gotta go. My friend's gonna kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
I want to watch. I'm not gonna stop him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll tell you another story because actually, okay. Anyway, so then I'm like watching everybody go up, talk, do jokes that are not doing well because there's 2 people in the audience. There's 2 people in the audience and comedians trying to laugh at other comedians' jokes that we've heard before. A few people bombed because it's no one there. Then a few people like actually try to do their best stuff. And other people just like, all right, fuck it. Before crowd work was like a real thing, I'm just going to talk to the 2 people who I brought, all right? And then I go up, I do cool because there's nobody there. But, you know, comics are laughing because like my jokes are good or we're not trying to plug myself. But it was just like, I'm frustrated, but I'm gonna try to give him all. No matter. So this is one thing about me. Even if I'm at a show that I don't like or that I feel like it's not going to go well, I usually always give it my all. I usually never let the crowd know that I'm not having fun up there. I usually always try to sell it or whatever. Even if I'm tired too. Like sometimes comics, if you guys ever see me at a show, like if you ever see me and I'm like super exhausted, just know 5 minutes before that set or even 3 minutes or whenever I go up on stage, my fucking energy is about to go up 10. I'm gonna be super energetic. I'm gonna be like on another level. I'm gonna be like super high energy and stuff like that. Most people wouldn't even know that I was just sleeping before I walked up on stage or how drained I would be. And then that's why sometimes after I get off a stage, I'm super exhausted because I literally put it on 10 for the show because I don't want to cheat audiences, right? So then after the show, they was like, all right, Corde, you gonna stick around? I was like, no, I'm not sticking around. And then I walked out with 2 people, right? The thing I didn't tell y'all about the 2 people who came, it was 2 chicks, all right? It was 2 women. Coming to find out, I matched with both of these chicks on Tinder. I matched with both of them, right? And then the one who I invited, she brought her friend, right? She brought her friend. And I remember we was talking for a bit, and then we just kind of fell off. So literally, I was talking to the chick's friend longer than I was talking to her. And I was mad at myself in the spirit because they both lived in Stockton or Tracy. So they came from Stockton, Tracy to come to an Oakland show that had nobody there. I was mad because the chick who I talked to first looked better than the chick who I was currently talking to. And I was just like, yo, this is awkward. Damn, this is fuck. Like what? Damn. And then I'm just like looking back, I'm just like, why did I stop talking to this chick? And literally this is what happened. I'm gonna be honest. Literally this is what happened. I thought the friend who I talked to at first, I thought she was cool / like whatever, but I don't know. It was like, I don't know, maybe she took the wrong picture or something like that. Or I remember, and she kind of stopped, we kind of stopped hitting each other up. This is what it was, honestly. I wanted to go see her, but my tax was expired. And I was like, I'm not trying to get pulled over in Stockton or Tracy. So I was like, I don't know if she's ready. I don't know if she's worth it to go get pulled over in Stockton or Tracy. I was like, I don't know nobody in Stockton or Tracy. Then I'm going to have to my car towed from Stockton or Tracy. I didn't want my parents to be like, what the hell you doing in Stockton or Tracy? What you doing out there? Did you have a show? And then you got to lie. Yeah, I had a show. What was it? Yeah, that's literally why. And I was like, fuck, I should have risked it all for this chick. Like, cause this chick was fine. Like, she was like, cause it looked like she had lost a little bit of weight. And I'm not trying to say that all chicks need to lose weight, but she just got thick as hell. It was just like, And I was like, God damn. Like, I kept staring at her as the chick who I was currently talking to. She's like, why you keep looking at my friend? I was like, oh, I'm just trying to make sure that she's having a good time, right? Because that's all I was just told. If your girl you're talking to and her friend is there, make sure that her female friend, is having a good time, because at any moment she could be like, girl, I'm tired. Let's go, right? And so I'm like talking it up to her friend, because I'm just like, fuck, I fucked up. I fucking should have talk to the chick longer, and if I can, like, yeah. So, and then the chick who I met up with, or who came through, she was a little bigger than what she had in her picture. So I was like, it was a funny, weird dynamic. Like, this chick looks not as cute in her pictures, and they look way better in person. This chick looked smaller and cuter in her pictures, and then she like, it was cute. She was just a little bigger. But I was just like, damn. I was like, it was the crazy thing about online dating, like right in front of me. I'm like, you look better in person, and you look cute, but you was cuter in your pictures. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then it made me start thinking towards me, and I was like, I wonder how I look in my pictures. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna catfish somebody in none of my pictures. And then like, I remember it's this one picture of me sitting down, and I'm like at the gym, and then my legs are like flexing, and I just look like I have like a super flat stomach. I don't. And then I took that picture and uploaded it. And then I remember this one chick kind of called me out in a very bitchy way, because like I had that picture, and then I had other pictures. She was like, hey, which one of these pictures is you? I was like, what you talking about? She's like, because I swiped right because the picture of you in blue at the gym. And I was like, well, those pictures are only taken like a few months between each other, right? And she was like, yeah, but it looked like you put weight on in these other pictures from that one. And I wish I would have uploaded the other picture too, because literally somehow my stomach is just flat as hell in that picture, and I look super smaller. And then literally I got up and did like a workout right after that, and then you could see like I had a stomach, but I didn't post that one. But I was just like, man, I was like, damn, bitch, like, are you for real right now? She's like, I only swiped right for that picture. And I'm just like, man, I'm like, girl, you don't even look that good. Why are you acting this way towards me, right? So then after that, because of that little interaction, I was like, I'm taking down this picture because I don't want anybody to think that I look this way and I actually look another way, right? But then I've heard a lot of times, like, meeting up with chicks, it was like, hey, you look way cuter in person than in your pictures. She's like, who took them? I was like, me. She's like, that's the problem. Dudes don't know how to take proper pictures. They was like, I thought you was like, I was like, what, like a little bigger? She's like, yeah. She was like, you are way smaller in your pictures than you are, like, you're way cuter too, which I was just like, hell yeah, right? And then I was like, how do I look like on my picture? She was like, I was like, be honest. She was like, I don't know, like 6.5, 7. So how do I look in person? She was like an 8. And I was just like, that is a huge jump. Like, that is a big, different jump. And I was like, fuck. Like, so then I go ask my sister, hey, can you take some good photos of me? Because it was one time, it was like I was hitting a drought of like not matching with nobody. I'm like, what the hell happened? Am I putting on weight? Whatever. And it was just pictures that I would upload that I would think a female would like. And literally my sister came and was like, this your pictures? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, then we back. So yeah, I was asking my sister like what picture. It was like I showed her the one picture about I was like the gym photo that I was like really good in. She was like, you don't look like this right now, and I was like, I don't. But she was like, this is a good one though. And I was like, okay, well let's get some good ones where I actually look like now. I was like, because I showed her the gym picture, and I was like, and then I showed her the one after. She's like, what the? She's like, you look way smaller here. I was like, I know. I was like, I don't know. This might be what you always say. This is my good side. Like, I was like, maybe I look way more slimming sitting down. I don't know. But, so yeah. So back to the two chicks, right? I remember it was just funny because the main chick who I came and saw, actually I thought I was set up because I was just like, I was like, oh, here's my best friend. I was like, this your best friend? She's like, yeah, this is my best friend. And I was just like, the thick curvy chick, this your best friend who I matched with, who I talked to before? And I was like, now I matched with you. I was like, how are y'all both coming here to this whack ass show that I had in Oakland and now we hanging out? And I was like, is this a setup? Like, this is a setup to see which one I choose or to see, and I'm still gonna talk to this chick even though I had a history with this one. I'm like, why are they both here from the same place? And I was just like, yo, so I was kind of being like nice to both. Like I would say, you got to be nice to the friend and stuff like that. And I was being like nice to her too. And then the chick, honestly, who I was talking to at first got jealous. She's like, why you keep talking to her? Like, I felt like you was really into her, yada, yada, yada. in my back of my head, I was like, no, she's cool. Stuff like I'm here with you. But I'm like, fuck yeah, I am into this other chick. But then I'm like, obviously, the chick who came to see me and then her best friend, I'm like, because I kept talking to the best friend. I was like, oh, are you like on Tinder? Because I was trying to figure out the whole time, like, is this a setup? Like, oh, so do y'all like normally double date? I was like, oh, no, we really don't. And I'm just like, so what made you come all the way out here this time? Oh, well, she said she didn't want to drive by herself. And I'm just like, all right. Did she tell you it was going to be a date? Not really. She said so it was a comedy show. And she said she's like talking to a comedian. And I'm just like, huh. It was like, do I look familiar? She was like, no, not really. And I'm just like, this chick lying. I was like, this chick lying the whole time. And it was funny because then we kept talking to her and her friend. And she was like, so I asked her friend because I was just like super interested. I was like, what type of dudes do you normally date? And she was like, well, I was like, oh, like dudes like me. She's like, yeah. And then her friend looks at me. She's like, oh my God. And then she was like, but usually they're usually 6'5" or 6'8". And I was like, what? So yeah, I like really tall basketball guys. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, we matched on Tinder. I am not 6'5". So then I'm just like, wait, are there 6'5" guys in Stockton? No, not really. So I was just like, what? How do you find these guys? Oh, I usually drive all over the Bay, Sacramento. Oh, yeah, you like these places. And I'm just like, this is a lie. I was like, this is a weird lie as you tell me right now. If you guys can see their faces, they're so confused too, because I was confused as hell.
Who has the time?
Huh?
Who has the time to drive all over the Bay to just find 6'8" black dudes?
I have no idea. And I was just like, have you ever dated a dude from the Warriors?
Well, I mean, the cops, I guess.
Hey, me out for 6'8" black guy between 6'5" and 6'8". Hell yeah. But she was like, she said she finds them, and I was like, where the hell you? Yeah, it's like you go to Santa Cruz, huh? Because the Warriors have a G League team in Santa Cruz. She's like, I have been to Santa Cruz a few different times. I was like, I bet you have. Looking for those tall basketball guys. Because there was a tall dude who was there who was with a chick. So I like guys like him. And I was just like, tall and skinny. She's like, yeah. I was like, we talked for several months. And I'm 6 foot, but I'm not super skinny. So I'm like, this is definitely a lie right now. I was like, but then I was like, maybe she's saying this to have me like, okay, you're not my type. Talk to my friend, because my friend came here to see you. And then her friend was just getting mad that I kept talking to her. But I was talking to, just making sure that she had a good time. So it was a weird night. And then at the end of it, I told the chick who, the chick's friend, I was like, because the chick who came to see me got in her car, like her, she's like, well, I was like, oh, okay, well, it's had a good time. She's like, yeah, it's getting late though. We should probably leave. I was like, all right. And I was like, are you getting tired? She's like, well, no, I'm not driving though. So yeah. And then the chick, like, kind of, we walking back and she just hurries up and gets back to her car. And then the chick who I was kind of interested in, she was like hanging back with me. And I was like, is this a test? Is this a test right now to see if I'm a hit on her friend? And then so I just asked her, I was like, hey, do you remember matching with me? And she was like, huh? I was like, do you remember matching with me? I was like, we matched on Tinder and talked for like several months. Like, we were supposed to hang out several different times. And she was like, nah, but I did think you looked familiar before. And I was like, well, this is awkward and weird. She was like, well, I think the chick's name was, should I share her name? Probably not, huh?
I'm always a fan of sharing names because it's fun.
Do it.
It was like Kayla. Her name was Kayla. And I was like, it was like.
It's always one of them.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. She was like, well, you know, she's like patting me on the shoulder. It was like, she's like, well, just don't tell Kayla. And I was like, I'm like, it's weird because we matched. And I was like, did you not remember us matching? She was like, no, not really. But I was like, you talked about a bunch of different stuff that we talked about. And she's like, I kind of don't. And then so at that point, I was convinced this was a huge setup. I was like, this is a setup, yo. This is crazy. And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, you know, just don't let Kayla find out that we matched beforehand. And I was just like, I mean, I did not play it cool this whole time. Like, yeah, you was kind of talking to me. And I was like, because you're her friend. So I was trying to make sure everybody had a cool, decent time. So, yeah. And it was funny after that because the chick Kayla kept wanting to see me. But then she said, I forget her friend's name. It's like, oh, but my friend's going to be over here, and it seemed like you like her more than you like me. And I was like, nah, that's not the case at all. Just being a terrible liar. And then I was like, she's like, you was weird after that. She's like, you was talking to her the whole time. And I was like, I want to make sure she had a good time. And then she's like, well, what was it, Corde? I was like, honestly, I matched with both of y'all, and I talked to your friend for like a longer period than I talked to you. So I thought it was weird. And then the fact that she shows up, I thought it was kind of a setup. She's like, I drove 2.5 hours in traffic to the show. There was no people there. That wasn't a setup. And I was like, I don't know. Because I was like, it seemed weird for me because like I was like also having a bad night because the show was trash. And I'm just like, okay, so what are we doing now? And then there's like two friends who I both matched with, talked to the other friend longer. I actually knew more about her than I knew about the chick who like 6'8" guys. I knew about her more than her friend who came all the way to see me. And I was like, so it was weird because it was like, I really know this chick. I kind of know you. You just happened to come see me more. And then I was just like, this was weird. And yeah, it was, I don't know. It was just a weird setup that I didn't know what happened. And the cool thing about Kayla got married. So that's the cool thing about it. So, hey, she found love in a hopeless place on Tinder. And I don't know if her friend's single, but if she is, holla at me. No. Anyway, though, dating is expensive, though. Like, no, you be going on dates? You be going on dates?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Well, Jerry, obviously you go on dates. You have a girlfriend of long time. 6 years.
Yeah. No, it can get pretty expensive.
Yeah. It's it sucks as a guy. Like it sucks as a guy because I always listen to Patrice O'Neal. Like stuff that I never understand is like, like why do guys always have to pay for dates? Like I don't get it. I think I mentioned this before. Like I don't mind paying, but usually what I hate about always paying for dates, it's just like a lot of stuff that dudes have to do to get a woman to go on a date. We got to first match with you. We got to strike up the conversation. We got to keep you interested, and then we have to. And a lot of times for me, I drive to where women are. That's why the one time like the chick drove to me, that was like a shocker. The most time I've driven to Santa Cruz, I've driven to San Jose, Oakland, but Oakland's not a far drive, but it was in dead hour traffic though. Hayward, Fremont, Sacramento. I've driven a lot of places to meet females, Santa Rosa, and I'm doing all this stuff. And then the crazy thing I hate about it is that I have to plan the date still. Like, I don't know anything around where you live. It was like, oh, just pick a place, find it. So I usually go to the go-to, like, you want Applebee's, Chili's, something like that. It was like, no, I hate those chain restaurants. And I'm like, what kind of food do you like? And then sometimes chicks are picky, like, oh, I don't like most foods. Like, do you like Mexican food? No. Chinese? No. I like Thai. I'm like, okay. But I don't like everything in Thai. I'm like, oh, all right. I was like, but then they always like some stupid stuff like Chipotle. But you say you don't like Mexican food. Like, well, it's not Mexican food, it's Chipotle. And I'm just like, true, but okay. And I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. We'll go get Chipotle. I hate Chipotle. I'm not gonna lie. So if you see Corde eating Chipotle, usually I'm doing it because I'm with a chick. And then I still gotta pay. And then this is the thing I really hate about paying is the fact that sometimes you take a chick out, you have a good conversation, or sometimes some conversations are not cool, or like you think it's going well, and then literally after you pay, the chick decides, I don't think this is gonna work out. And for me, that sucks because it's time, it's effort, and it's money. And it was like, you couldn't say this before the bill came. Like you couldn't mention this beforehand. Like it's kind of a new joke I'm working on. Like a chick be like, I don't, like, this is my card, I'm putting it down, I don't think this is gonna work out. I'm like, what? And then you like put the card away. It was like, oh no, I think we should do it again. We think we should do it again. Yeah, I think we should do this again. We should do this again. Like, we should do it next week. Like, yeah, we should do this next week. And then you put it down to, I don't know if I'm gonna be free next week because I don't really see this going far. I'm like, waiter, come back here. No, give me that card back. She said this ain't gonna work out. All right, so I need her card and we're gonna split this. All right, discharge me half. Better yet, discharge me half or something like that. So, like I've seen dudes like get chicks' numbers, something like that, or like, oh, okay, I just paid for this date. Date was whack or something like that. But hey, babe, let me get a picture of you real quick. And then they like try to act like take a picture, taking a few, and they just go on their Venmo they sell whatever money they have and then block her. And I'm like, I'm not that petty, but that's a good funny thing to do. Like I thought like, damn, you know how dope that would be if they could do that or if I did that. But I'm like, I'm not that petty. I'm just take the loss on the chin, and I'm just like, but it's weird though, because equality. I always be thinking equality, right? This the real joke. Right? I always think women will have full equality if they pay for dates. I think like it'll be part like whatever going up to the Senate, a bill passed, like you will get full equality if you pay for dates, right? I feel like that will be the thing. I swear to God, I feel like that will start. Like, because think about how often you see dudes always paying for chicks, always paying for this meal, buying them a bag, buying all kind of stuff, right? If dudes didn't have to do that, I feel like this might be toxic masculinity speaking, but I think a lot more shit will get done, all right? Because think about it, like I'm not for the huge page gap, stuff like that. People doing the same job women doing the same job shouldn't get paid less than a man does. I'm in a teaching field, like we're the exact same. I actually think some women make more than me because I'm still new and I don't have my credential yet. So yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Like nursing in California, like I know male nurses don't get paid more than female nurses. Like it's part of the whole thing that everybody will get paid the same, and it's a more of a thing on tenure. But I'm just thinking like, yo, this is how I came up with the idea of how the wage gap created. Like, right, it was like this dude named Bob. He was talking to his homie Jim. He was like, what's up, Bob, and stuff like that. He was like, man, I'm cool, Jim, I'm cool. It's like, well, what's going on? He's like, man, I'm trying to take Susan out. So he's trying to take Susan out. I'm like, yeah, man, like, well, what's wrong? He's like, man, you know, we work the same job. Like, oh, for real? Okay, so why you down? It's like, man, it's the place you want to go. I just realized, like, it's probably going to cost like 20 to 28% of my check, you know, to take her out. You know, we work the same job. Like, I ain't making more than her. We make the exact same. And, you know, Jim was the boss. He was like, hey, man, I got you. Right? And that's when the wage gap got created, yo. Because it's weird to me that, like, it's weird to me that sometimes, especially living here in the Bay Area, that women still operate on the same mindset that a dude should pay for everything. I just don't. It's hard for me to get that. It's hard for me to grasp it. Like, I'll date chicks and I'll still pay for stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like hard for me to really like, hey, so babe, if we really like start working out and we really like become serious, you know, I'm not paying for everything, right? You know, like we don't have to, like, especially if we move in together, like I ain't gonna be paying all the bills. Like I can't, like, especially in this economy, you know, like I'm like, we should be able to pay like both, like split this up, like let's split this up and let's save, let's stack together. Because if I'm paying for everything, I'm gonna be worked out, I'm gonna be stressed. Like it's gonna be hard for me to do all this kind of stuff, right? You know, like, and then you might just be going shopping, like, you know, like I never understand, like, you have a career, I have a career, why we don't bring these two careers together and then really have like a lot to save, especially having kids and all this kind of thing. Like, no, you should be the breadwinner. Because I think I've mentioned this before, like, because if the dude loses his job, what happens then? Like, who's taking over then? Like, can my wife, my partner, take up and like take over for like a little bit as I'm like finding, you know, trying to find work? Because if it's just everything's just on me, the moment I lose my job, we out of everything. We're gonna have to figure out a way to survive. That's what I always liked. And I get this mainly because my parents both work. My parents both work. And like they've always worked the whole time that since I was little. I remember daycare is like super expensive, but my mom already told me if I start having kids, that she will like take care of them whenever. Like, cause she's about to retire soon. She was like, I'll love to take care and raise my grandchildren, my grandbabies. She's like, sometimes I might come over and kidnap them. like, so okay, yeah, I know y'all had them. I know they're your kids, but this is my grandbaby. Okay, this is me and the grandbaby. We're going, cause my mom loves to travel too. She's like, I will take your grandbaby for like on vacation for 3 days. I'm like, not my baby. But then sometimes if the baby's sleeping or like you ain't getting sleep, I'm like, yeah, mom, can you take your grandson or granddaughter or stuff like that? So yeah, it'd be super dope like that. And that's how I always grew up. Like my parents both worked, but we always spend time at my grandma's house. Like we had some crazy stories in my grandma's house. Like I told you, did I tell you guys how I broke my grandma's couch one time?
Yeah, that was on like episode 2, I think.
Yeah. So that's one of many stories. Also, it's a scary thing to talk about having kids in the future because growing up, my aunt had 6 kids and we used to all help raise them. My little brother is 8 years younger than me, and my baby brother is 16 years younger than me. And my mom started asking me early on in my 20s, like, when are you having kids? I was like, y'all just had this little kid my sophomore year in high school, and I've been help raising him, and he's only 2, and I'm now 18. I ain't thinking about no damn kids. That's why early on I never dated chicks with kids, because I was like, I saw how hard it is to help raise like a young one. And I always picture myself as a teen parent. I'm like, I would never want to do that. This shit is fucking hard. And I'm just watching him. And he's like, I'm not even like paying for diapers, doing all this other kind of other stuff. Like, it's just super hard, right? So I'm just like, I couldn't even imagine being a teen parent. And then my mom started asking me, so when you having kids? And I'm just like, when I'm 38. When I'm 38, right? So much so that she tells people that now, like, Corde, when you having kids? I was like, when I'm 38. And then I started saying, I'll reevaluate the situation when I'm 35. Yo, I am 34 right now. I turned 35 this year. I am so scared. I am so scared, yo. I remember one time I was hanging out with like with some little kids. Like I started getting baby fever. I was like, what the who? I was like, what is this? I was like, no. I was like, what is this? What is going on? It is crazy. And I was thinking, having a kid right now wouldn't be a bad thing. I was like, yes, it would. Oh my God, what am I doing? I was like, I love buying Jordans. I want shoes. No, that's shoe money. That's shoe money. I don't want to pick diapers over shoes. I don't want that. I just want to have that so I can just have my shoes. It's super crazy. I've really been thinking this lately. I'm just like, yo. What about you, Jared? When you want to have kids? I know you're like 23.
I don't want to have them.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. There we go.
It is my girl, so hopefully never.
Oh, shit. Can I ask a personal question?
Yeah.
So you shoot the club up all the time?
I do what now?
Oh, you don't know that? Do you like have unprotected sex with your girl?
Oh, yeah, my pull-out game's really strong.
Okay, cool. You should stop that and figure out another way. That shit's only 18% effective, by the way. It's but yeah. So
I got a good record.
I know. People be like, I got a good record, but also, so real quick, do you know the pull-out method is lower than Shaq's free throw percentage?
That sucks for Shaq.
This is an old joke that I used to do. I was like, yo, the pull-out method is not that effective. And I used to ask people, how effective do you think it is? And dudes, you can always tell who use it the most because they'd be like, 90, 95, 99%. And then like some chicks be like, I think it's 80 or 85. And I'm just like, okay. Then one chick yelled out 90. And I was just like, oh, you a freak. And then some dudes be like 70. And then I'd be like, that shit is 18% effective. And they be like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. Mainly because like some dudes premature ejaculate, some dudes don't pull out far enough and stuff like some dudes keep it in and stuff like that. Like the pull out method is only 18% effective, but it's 100% more effective than just leaving it in and coming inside a woman, right? So the joke would be like, I'm like, do you know, I was like, the pull out method is lower than Shaq's free throw percentage. And then dudes just start looking at me when I do that joke. They be like, what the fuck? Because especially if you a basketball fan and you remember how bad Shaq was at the free throw line, and you like remember he was sweating at the free throw line, and you was like, and you knew he was gonna miss. You knew he was gonna miss, and he would just miss it hella bad. I was like, that percentage is still better than the pull out method. Dudes be like, hey, I'm gonna switch some shit up, yo.
This podcast brought to you by Trojan Condoms.
Exactly. Trojan Condoms. Hell yeah. Trojan Condoms, the best condoms. And brought to you by Blue Chew. Do you need more stimulation in the bedroom? Do you need to be able to last longer? Maybe for whenever to get it up. You're not so easy. And then sometimes the mood doesn't always spark. Some buy here, Blue Chim, or for hims. For him specifically meaning for him to get that erection and stuff like that. You know, we're sponsored by this, or hopefully we will be sponsored by it one day. This is the ad promotion of the podcast right now. We want all these ads to be on it. Also, what is it? Squarespace. That's always a big one. Or what's the
Dude wipes.
What?
Dude wipes. That is true.
Yeah, dude wipes.
Dude wipes?
You haven't heard of dude wipes?
I haven't heard of dude wipes. What's that?
Oh,
They're wet
man.
wipes for dudes. It's ass wipes because
Yeah.
like it's just not considered
Balls.
masculine. Yeah. Yeah, they probably smell like charcoal and menthol and like men's products always have to smell like you're a fucking coal miner.
Yeah, definitely does. I'm a big white person. I hate tissue. I feel like nowadays tissues become obsolete. You know how most people have like what is it, like the one that shoots water up your ass, something like that. What is it called?
Bidet?
The bidet. I'm not pro bidet. I'm pro wipes. I'm pro wipes all times because I don't know how, because I don't want to be like sitting there and then all of a sudden like water starts squirting up there. Or like, let's say this, right? This is my fear. This is my real fear, right? You sitting down there, right? Because also when you use the water, like after the flush, before the flush, stuff like that, right? Like nobody says that's not what instructions. My thought is always like I'm not sitting far back enough, right? And then all of a sudden the water starts squirting up, but it's squirting up like the back of my shirt. Now I just got all water on the back of my shirt. And I'm like, Corde, what the hell happened? I was like, oh no, I was trying to squirt, but it started squirting, and then the stuff that was in the toilet squirt. I'm like, it's just gross. I don't know, dude. It's just, yeah, that was a gross part. But yeah, that's a fear. That's a fear of mine though. I'm not gonna tell that part, but that's super. Fuck it. Okay, here we go. All right, we're getting real comfortable. Okay, real quick. I usually shit naked. Right. We might cut this. I'm not gonna lie to you. We might cut this.
Whoa. Do you shit in public?
I do shit in public, but I don't shit naked in public. No, I don't do shit in that. But this is what happens, right? This is what happened. Thanks to the early 2000s, right? I think this happened one time. I had like long T-shirts, right? I had long T-shirts, and then one time, like some like stuff got on the back of my T-shirt, and I'm walking around with like stuff on my T-shirt, not knowing, so I had to change, right? So then, y'all falling out. I'm gonna keep going though, yeah. So then I was like, F this, I'm gonna take my shirt off. And I was like, cool, I'm taking my shirt off. So now I'm just like the pants down, cool and stuff like that. But you ever be like taking a dump and your legs kind of feel restricted, right? So you like, man, I'm tired of having my legs in these jeans, right? So you take off the jeans and now your legs just like, that's just cool. It's cool as hell, right? And then and then before I knew it, I was like, oh shit, I'm naked. Like, oh, damn, I'm naked, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. But then the worst part about it was my cousins found out that I did this because the door lock didn't lock. So one time they came in the bathroom, they saw me, and I was like, oh snap, like, oh damn, right? And then it's like, boy, you sitting here naked? You sitting here naked? What the hell you doing? What the hell you doing, right? So then the whole cousins and everything, they're like, yo, you be doing this naked and shit? I'm like, no. And they was like, what the hell? And then, so this is what happened. I said, no, I don't. And then one of my cousins, he was like the jokester always, he was like, cuz, why you shit naked? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. We got long ass T-shirts. We got the white tees. You want some brownness on your white tee? He's like, hell no, I don't want no whiteness. He's like, you got tank tops pretty long, right? He's like, yeah. You ever be feeling like you always got to make sure that they don't touch your butt? He's like, yeah. You take that off, right? You know, then you got to worry about that. Less worries on your system, right? You know, so, you know, I was like, you ever be sitting down, your legs getting numb? It's like, it's probably because of the restriction of your jeans, right? So if you take your jeans, you know, take your jeans off. Now you got like spacing. Now you can relax mode. Now you relax. You want to be relaxed while taking it, because if you don't relax while you're taking a dump, now you like you sputtering, and now that's bad for your colon. That's bad for your track, you know. And he was just like, cuz that make a ton of sense, cuz I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get naked, but I might take my jeans off. I'm gonna keep my shirt on though. I'm gonna keep my shirt on, right? Fast forward to one time at Wendy's. All right. One time at Wendy's, I had to go use the bathroom, right? And then I had a shirt on, and then I'm over here, right? My cousin had to go pee. He was like, cuz, you still be shitting in public naked? I was like, I never said I shit in public naked. He was like, boy, you a fool. He's like, you a fool, boy. You crazy for doing this, right? You are crazy for doing this. And then he just starts turning on the water to wash his hands. And I was like, what you doing? He was like, nothing at all, but you about to learn your lesson not to be shitting in public with your shirt off. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? My cousin starts taking full handfuls of water and starts throwing it over the stall, and I am getting soaked. And you know, when you like, I was like, what the fuck? This motherfucker threw tons. I felt like he was like a bucket or something. I got super soaked, yo, and I just walk out the bathroom. A few people said, why are you so wet, sir? I was like, mind your damn business, right? And then I run, and then I see my cousin at my mom's van, because this is the weird thing about it. My mom and dad went to Black Angus, but they said we couldn't come, whatever, right? So you see me running after my cousin, who's super fast, for like a good 10 minutes, just circling around. And he laughing his ass off because I'm sober soaked because he just fucking wet me while I was in Wendy's. Yeah. We might need to cut that from the pod.
That's a story for sure.
That's a story for sure. Hell yeah. Cool. Oh, dang, you spit his catfish. I don't know if I sound weird right now. I lost my voice Sunday, which is sucks. I was getting like my voice is going out because we did the podcast last week, and then I did another whole day of podcast, and I did 2 shows at night. So I think my voice is overexhausted, and then I was like had like a slight cold or whatever, and so I lost my voice Sunday morning, which sucks because I lost it Sunday morning, and I have a black family, so my mom loves to send me to go run errands, right? And what sucks about it, like I'm not feeling well and lost my voice. She's like, "Can you go to the store real quick?" And I'm just like you know, how you just like, right? And then my mom walks in, "Can you go to the store real quick and get some ice?" And I was like, "It's like I know you're not feeling well." And I was like, "So like, yeah, I'm not feeling well. Why you sending me to the store? I'm not feeling well, right?" And she's like, "So you can just hurry and go." I get so mad. I get so pissed. But I was like, "F it. I'm just gonna hurry and go, and I'm gonna come back, right?" I just hurry and go. She's like, "Go to Walmart. Walmart's not that far from us. You just go to Walmart and you be right back. 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes." I was like, "I warm my car. It's not gonna be 10 minutes, and I gotta get dressed, right?" So I go to Walmart. Walmart had 4 or 5 bags, all of them open and like ice spilling out, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I text my mom as I'm almost at the light right before to turn on, or just two minutes from the house. Walmart's out of ice. I'm coming home. She calls me immediately. "Oh, well, you know, Walmart might be. Let's go to Food Max. Food Max got ice." And I was like, I am not trying to run no damn errands. Also, it was a beautiful day outside. So beautiful day. I'm sweating though because I'm tired. I'm sick, and I lost my voice. And she's like, "You know, I just really appreciate you," and stuff like that. And also, that's not what happened. She was like, "Hello, you there? Corde, say something. Huh? You there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I lost my voice. I can't say shit. I am super mad because I'm like, she's like, huh? And I'm like, and she's like, "Can you hear me? Speak up. I can't hear you. Say something. Say something. Say something." And I just hang up. Because of frustration. I'm like, I can't, and I put in all caps, I can't talk. I lost my voice. So then I go to Food Max. I was going to be pissed as hell. I was like, there was a fucking huge ass line there because I always a fucking line at Food Max. Come to find out, there was 5 lanes open. There was no line. I got out within like 3 minutes. Good. So I walked in the house, dropped that shit off, went upstairs, changed, and knocked out for the rest of the day. Fam, I think honestly, I think this happened like at 2. I woke up at like 9. I was like, damn, I guess I was tired or sick because I remember my family came in. They was like, "Oh, can you talk?" It's like, "No, he's not feeling well." So I was like, cool. But yeah, it is hard to lose your voice when you live in a black family because everybody want to ask you a million one fucking questions. And then the concept of I lost my voice does not come across to them because they just think you're being rude and not talkative. Like in black families, you're supposed to acknowledge people, especially like your grandma, your aunties, and like everybody, right? Acknowledge them. Come up to them, say hi. At least that's what my great aunt Jewel used to tell us. She was like, cause I remember one time I waved at her. I was like, "Hey Jewel, hey grandma," and stuff like that. And then she was like, "Babe, what you doing?" And I was like, I said, "Hey." She's like, "No, come up, give me a hug, give your auntie Freddie a hug, give your grandma a hug, give your aunties a hug, and then say hi to everybody. You know, that's how you say hi. You don't. What's this?" She's like, "What's this? This is disrespectful." So you know, have to come up and say hi to all of us. So I passed that down to several other cousins too. Because that's a sign of respect. But then when you ain't got no voice and you ain't trying to get people sick, like, because then I kept being asked, "Hey, dude, you okay?" Or "Corde, you okay? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Like, why you can't talk?" And I was like, walk away. And I was like, "What?" And then my mom related me, "Oh, he lost his voice. He can't talk." And I was like, ugh. So that shit was frustrating as hell. Okay, so because I remember literally, I was supposed to also go to LA this week, and I was gonna try to do several different shows out there, but can't do nothing when you lose your voice, right? So luckily I was able to come back and do this podcast. But I'm gonna tell you this last story. And this is why I hate getting ice. Like, this PTSD from getting ice. My mom told me to get ice one time during the Super Bowl halftime show. I think it was Tampa Bay Bucks versus somebody, or no, it was the Indianapolis Colts versus the Chicago Bears, and it was raining that game. Remember it was raining? Did y'all remember it was raining that game?
I don't think I saw that game, but
okay, cool. Anyway, do you remember who was performing that halftime show? Prince Prince was performing at a halftime show, right? And this was the first time that finally the Super Bowl had finally got someone that black people like. I remember they had the Who, they had all these old people that nobody watched, stuff like that. And then that Super Bowl, they got Prince. So it was the first time it was going to actually be entertaining. My mom tells me, can you just go to the store real quick, the corner store, and get some ice? I just got my license at the time or something like that. I was like, why am I get some ice? She's like, because I can't leave. I got company. I was like, so I'll go get some ice. The corner store, of course, is closed. And I was like, well, I can't go back home because I ain't got no ice. So I got to go to this other store, right? And all other stores, I'm driving past stores, they all closed. There was like one random store that was open that was like 15 minutes away, right? Go get the ice, pick it up, come back. The moment I walk in, the halftime show is over. We ain't got TiVo. We ain't got nothing. YouTube is not up then, so I can't see it. You know what the first thing my mom says to me when I walk in? Ooh, Corde, you missed a great halftime performance. Oh my God, it was amazing. He did Purple Rain and everything. Prince is one of my all-time favorite artists. I have never seen Prince live. I had never seen him perform like anything like that on TV or, you know, growing up, you know, used to show like Prince. Prince also didn't perform a lot too. So like he used to be at award shows, but he wouldn't perform because I also found out he's super shy. So for him to perform for the Super Bowl halftime show when it has been trashed for years was a huge thing, And I missed the entire thing, all right? Hate that to this day. So when my mom asked me to get ice for Easter, I was triggered again because it reminded me back of all that stuff. And I was super mad. I was like, I ain't getting this damn ice. I remember I got super mad, but I couldn't say nothing because I lost my voice, right? So to this day, I will never do nothing my mom asked me to do on the Super Bowl, all right? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because that was the first step, right? I missed Prince halftime, right? Never saw it again. And she's like, I didn't know you held that hard. I didn't tell her that I hurt my feelings until 2013. I've been holding on to it. It was a long time. She's like, well, you can watch it on YouTube. I was like, watch it on YouTube? And then I was like, hell. So I did, though. I did watch it on YouTube. And you know what? It was fucking amazing, okay? It was so great. And then, because it started to rain as he started to perform Purple Rain. You can't do that shit. Like down from the sky went purple. Prince called rain for it to call Purple Rain. How legendary is that? And I missed all that. Okay? And that's another thing. I remember one time, remember that same Super Bowl, Devin Hester ran the opening kickoff back and scored a touchdown, all right? And then I told my mom after that, she was like, okay, Corde, can you go out and take this trash out? I was like, no, let me watch the first opening kick. She's like, Corde, just take the trash out. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Also, we didn't have TiVo during that Super Bowl, so I couldn't rewind it back and watch it or anything like that, right? So it was just lost until YouTube became a thing, right? So then another Super Bowl, it was the Denver Broncos versus the Seattle Seahawks, right? And my mom was like, Corde, can you take out the trash? I was like, no, I want to watch. She's like, nothing's going to happen. Nothing happens in the opening kickoff. I was like, yes, it does. Devin Hester returned the kickoff. Remember, you know, when Prince, he was like, I don't remember. She always like never remembers when she did anything that affected me, right? And so he ran the opening kickoff back, right? He ran the opening kickoff back and they scored, all right? I don't want to miss that. So then the opening kickoff happens. They come back. Nothing happens. They get tackled like on a 25-yard line or something like that, right? And then say, okay, Corde, take out the trash. You see nothing happen. The trash is like literally outside, like 5 feet away. So I walk outside. I put the trash in. I couldn't open the door, so then I'm trying to not track dirt back in, stuff like that. So I close it. I had to push some stuff down, and then I close it back up, and I walk back in. And I was like, ooh. First snap of the game, Peyton Manning, the center, hikes the ball over Peyton Manning's head, safety on the very first fucking play. I was like, oh. I was like, I am not doing that. Fast forward again a few more years, right? I'm gonna end it on this. My mom always tells me and my sister, if you need us for anything, call me. I'll come get you no matter what. Call me. I'll come get you no matter what. My sister gets off work during the Super Bowl. I was like, all right. My mom's sister's getting mad because my mom's not coming to get her during the Super Bowl. She's like, I'm hosting people. I can't just leave. I'm the host and stuff like that. And then my mom looks at me. She's like, well, ask your brother. She's like, ask your brother if he. I looked at her. I was like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not leaving this goddamn Super Bowl, right? What the hell? No, I'm already traumatized. But he's like, she's like, ask him. I was like, no. No, she still puts the phone up to me. She's like, "Will you come get me?" No. Take a taxi, take an Uber. And she was like, right? If I would have went and picked her up, I think she only came, by the time she came back, I think it was 3 minutes left in the Super Bowl. If I would have left to go pick her up and came back, I would have missed the 28-3 comeback of the Patriots did against the Atlanta Falcons. And I was like, I'm never missing nothing from a Super Bowl ever again. All right. And that's been this week's episode of the Corde Snell Show. All right. Did you get your daily dose of Corde this week? Did you enjoy this episode? If you did, please like, subscribe, and please rate us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. This podcast drops every Monday on YouTube. All right. Shout out to my homie Jared. Shout out to Noah. And then make sure you always get your hour of Corde this week, because Corde is just like E60. You need an hour of Corde in your life to have a good week. Because Corde made you feel good. Corde made you feel special. Corde made you laugh. All right. And it's been the Corde Snell Show. And we out.